Checkpoints is presented by pharmaceutical company GM Pharma.
No sanctions can intimidate the Georgian people, as society well understands that no sanctions can compare to the destruction of the country. Therefore, no one can force Georgia's government at any cost of sanction to coerce the country into a devastating war. It's the statement of the Georgian Dream Political Council. According to the statement, Georgian people will not allow Ukrainization of Georgia at any cost of sanctions. As long as there is a first front in Ukraine, there will always be interest in a second front in Georgia. This is exactly what the sanctions are related to, which dictated by Global War Party and implemented by the deep state. Specific countries impose on Georgian politicians and officials. The Georgian people must fight to the end to survive and prevent the Ukrainization of Georgia. By doing this, we will also do a good service to Europe, where the majority of countries today are playing the deep state's game and failing to protect their own national interests, the statement reads. Capital market specialist Marina Guledani deeply believes that the severe economic effects of the political crisis and isolation in country will become even more noticeable in the coming months. She stated this on BMG TV's program Business Morning. We don't yet know the results of November-December in figures, and what will happen in the coming months will be even more severe. This is very visible. Now the population is already feeling it. Small and medium-sized businesses already feel it, and families will feel it even more acutely in the coming months. The general summary is that the isolation that followed this political crisis, and which has not been de-escalated in any way against the backdrop of political decisions under the current de facto government, will have a very negative effect, Guledani noted. Speaking about the prospects for economic growth, she focused on the war in Ukraine in the context of external shocks, which is compounded by political crisis in the country and uncertainty arising from it. Marina Guledani explained that it's difficult to make predictions before de-escalation in the country. The National Bank of Georgia reported a $324 million USD increase in its foreign exchange reserves in December, bringing the total to $4.45 billion USD. The MBG remains a consistent focus on building our reserves, said MBG Acting Governor Natia Turnava. We are committed to optimizing silver management and diversification. Turnava highlighted the bank's strategic acquisition of monetary gold earlier in the year. Our investment in gold has proven particularly beneficial, as appreciation in international gold prices has contributed a $100 million USD increase to our foreign currency reserves. The growth in reserves since November reflects these successful strategies, and we expect this upward trajectory to continue in line with projected economic growth, Turnava added. The National Bank will release its next official foreign reserve update on February 7, 2025. Zourabichvili, the fifth president of Georgia, declares that Georgia is increasingly isolated and the country is closed off, which is affecting the economy. As for her, Georgian economy is also largely stagnant today. According to Zourabichvili, the only way out is through elections. Due to all of this, we see that Georgia is moving further into isolation. The country is closed off, which directly impacts our economy, which is also largely stagnant today. While some revenue still exists, much of it comes from sanctions, which have recently intensified. One source of financial income today is very expensive vehicles leaving Georgia, ostensibly headed from Central Asia but actually going to Russia. Each vehicle has a significant value, and it's unclear what else might be transported alongside them. This is a very serious issue and likely one of the ways the ruling party still maintains some income. This is our unfortunate and very deep crisis, and the only way out is through elections, Zourabichvili said. Bakeries are demanding reduction of import tax on wheat flour. According to Malhas Dolidze, chairman of Bakers Association, the cost of flour has increased after the elections, making it difficult for businesses to maintain the price of bread. Malhas Dolidze says that the price for one sack of flour has increased on the local market, which is compounded by other expenditures that they can no longer cope with. According to Dolidze, a meeting should be held between the parties and new team from the Ministry of Agriculture must attend the meeting. The cost of one sack of flour ranged within 42 lari and did not change much, but after the elections it was noticed that the mills increased the price of one sack of flour to 53-54 lari. This is of course raised the issue that perhaps the import tax imposed on flour should be adjusted. If this is done, then everything will be regulated and the price of bread will not increase. The temporary tax has mobilized 50 million lari. The state can use this 50 million lari for stabilization, said Malhas Dolidze, chairman of Bakers Association. Mountain Trails Agency declares that snowmaking system at mountain resorts always work when needed. This is how the agency responded to the criticism of business regarding the snowmaking system. As Miranda Esakiako, founder of Cafe Tralialu Balingudauri, stated in an interview with BMWG, the resort met the ski season unprepared. According to her, the snowmaking system is not working now. In turn, the Mountain Trails Agency told BMWG that currently 5 kilometers out of 80-kilometer tracks are snow-covered, where this corresponding system is installed. The total length of track is 80 kilometers. Snowmaking systems work at a distance of 5 kilometers. However, not all tracks are fully open, the agency explained. Gudauri Resort opened on December 31, Pakoriani on December 7, Goderdzi on December 14 and Mesti on December 21. In 2024, the trend in apartment sales to foreign citizens shifted, with the share of Russian buyers declining from 7 to 2% of total and share of Israel buyers rising from 4% to 12%, according to the report published by Galton Taggart. As of the document, the growing presence of buyers from various other countries underscores increased market diversification. In November 2024, based on official registrations, real estate transactions in Tbilisi increased by 6.5% year-on-year, reaching 3,513 units. A real-time survey of developers also indicates a rebound in demand in November, with apartment sales up to 12.3% month-over-month and flat year-on-year. Additionally, primary market price in November rose slightly by 0.4% month-over-month, reaching $1,312 per square meter. On supply side, the area of construction permits increased by 74.3% year-on-year in November. According to Galton Taggart's latest survey of systemic developments, in November 2024, the number of apartment sales increased by 12.3% month-over-month and stayed flat year-on-year in Tbilisi.
The Checkpoints is presented by pharmaceutical company GM Pharma.